Looks like we are live in the Affinity Lounge. Okay, we're live. Good evening. Good evening, Facebook. Good evening, Instagram. Hello, happy Tuesday. Welcome to tonight's second session of our March Manifest Challenge. Last night we kicked it off, and tonight's session is there's more to it than giving something up. So if you've attended any of my live streams or my sessions before, please type hello in the comments. Let me know if you're catching this live or as a replay. If this is your first time, hey Darlene, Darlene's on Instagram. Aw, nice to see you. Type in the comments, let me know how you're doing. It's so nice to see you on here. Awesome. So if this is your first time watching, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Dani 𝗟𝗡𝗚. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach, and I teach ambitious women effective tools to build confidence and feel worthy again, whether post-breakup, single, or in a relationship. I am so excited for our March Manifest Challenge as I'm going live 3 times a week, every week for the rest of this month. And along our challenge, I'll be discussing actionable topics on how to manage waves of intense, challenging emotions and feelings, being able to navigate conflict, expressing your emotions better, getting clear on and establishing boundaries, and improving communication and relationships. So if you missed, Darlene says Happy International Women's Day. Yes, same to you, Dar. Aw. So if you missed last night's session, I talked about how we subconsciously break ourselves down by limiting the ability to trust ourselves, feeling confident in ourselves through self-betrayal. Now, self-betrayal looks like saying yes when we meant to say no, or not speaking our truth, going along with things outside of us for the sake of agreeing or not rocking the boat, not standing up for ourselves, breaking promises that we made to ourselves. Oh, Mom is on Instagram. Hi, Mom. Awesome. So that is what our March Manifest Challenge is all about. So starting yesterday, we made a promise to ourselves to do one simple action every day for the remainder of March. So this year I was contemplating Lent and had a thought. Even though I'm a believer in letting things go or giving things up, I'm also aware that much of the chaos and the disappointment in our lives comes from our failure to take action. So that got me thinking, what if we actually added one thing that we committed to doing for the remainder of March that would really move the needle in some area of improving our life? Think about it. So what is it for you? Is that making a gratitude list every morning? Is that greeting your significant other first thing in the morning before picking up your phone? Is that to move your body 30 minutes a day? Does that look like drinking a half a gallon of water? So let me know that you're in for the challenge and what you are going to add by sharing on social media with hashtag March Manifest Challenge and tag me. Along with our March Manifest Challenge, I'm also offering a free self-care assessment tool to download to support you in getting grounded with what area of your life that you may actually want to commit to. So when you download the self-care assessment tool, you'll see it has a scoring of 1 through 3, along with an indicator that this particular area of life you'd like to improve in. 1 being, I do this poorly, and 3 being, I do this well. And you'll see in the tool that it breaks it down into different areas of your life. It breaks it down into physical self-care, psychological and emotional self-care, social self-care, spiritual self-care, and professional self-care. So once completed, you can get clear on which area of your life you want to commit to doing one thing consistently for the next 23 days. So if you haven't already, enroll in our challenge and download the free self-care assessment tool by clicking the link in the caption of this video, or if you're watching on Instagram, the link is in my bio. So let's jump into tonight's session. There's more to it than giving something up. After my clients, they tend to think that their problem is feeling overwhelmed by life, like they don't have time for themselves or the things that they love. They also tend to think that their problem is that they need something like a relationship or something external or outside of them to make them feel whole, to make them feel full or complete. We might think that if we give up that thing, right? Say that thing could be alcohol, or that thing could be an unhealthy relationship, or sweets, food, shopping, or whatever else it is that is used to make us happy. We have this idea that if we just give up that thing, right, abstain from it, or give it up, then we're good. We're good. I'm good. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing the unhealthy relationships. I'm good. We're good. The thing is, though, unless we reveal the underlying reason that we're turning to that thing in the first place, we may continue to resort back to the same behaviors and the same place. So if we haven't changed our thinking or reveal why it is we do what we do, then we'll keep circling back eventually. And when I say eventually, it could be weeks, it could be months, but eventually we will find ourselves in the same position. Having time away from whatever it is we're giving up is great. That's great. Don't get me wrong. And we need to understand what triggers us that leads us to scratching the itch with that thing. So, for example, are those triggers outside of us? Are they external triggers, or are they internal triggers inside of us? So external will look like things outside, people, places, things that set us off, or inside, feelings, the thoughts that we're thinking. And what do we do to make, what do we make more important than practicing discipline or being in integrity with ourselves? So I want to give you an example. I had a client that I began working with post-breakup, and it was in the time away from the relationship she was able to see what she actually allowed. So here's the thing. We can blame our partner for things, but the thing is, they're going to be who they are. So it's important to take accountability in asking ourselves, how much am I allowing? How much are we allowing? Anyway, in our time of working together, she could see how even though she cared about this person, she really desired someone who could meet her where she's at her awareness-wise. She wanted a partner who she felt was more masculine in the sense that they could lead her in the relationship. Through our working together, it was revealed that sexual trauma that she had experienced when she was younger was not allowing her to fully trust herself or any other person, because her subconscious mind was still operating in such a way to take care of her, to protect her. So it's something that's sometimes showing up as defensive or on the attack in her dynamic with her past partners. So yes, she gave up that unhealthy relationship, but if she hadn't worked on some of the underlying issues and some of the trauma that was underneath that, she would have continued going from the next relationship to the next relationship to the next, and just thinking that it's always them and not realizing that she in fact is the common denominator. Another instance is where I've worked with clients where they gave something up, like alcohol, unhealthy relationship, or etc., and the itch for fulfillment shifted or morphed into something else or towards something else. So for example, instead of alcohol or an unhealthy relationship, which we've now abstained from, it now turns into promiscuity or sex, or it could also turn into getting in our own way of getting things done, which can show up as procrastination. It can show up as a lack of motivation. So filling up your cup with yourself is the ultimate practice here. So if you haven't already, enroll in our challenge and download our free self-care assessment tool by clicking the link in the clicking the link in the caption of this video if you're watching here on Facebook, and on Instagram, the link is in my bio. When you download it, you'll see it has a scoring of 1 through 3. 1 being I do this poorly, 3 being I do this well, separated into physical self-care, psychological, emotional self-care, social self-care, spiritual self-care, and professional self-care. So once you complete that, then you can get a clear idea on which area of your life you really want to commit to doing one thing consistently for the next 23 days, okay? So I hope that you found value to our session tonight. If you did, please share this session with a health and well-being bestie of yours, and be sure to join me tomorrow evening for our 3rd session of our March Manifest Challenge. I will be here in the Affinity Lounge on Facebook at 7:30 p.m., on Instagram 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you so much again for joining me. My name is Dani 𝗟𝗡𝗟. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. Take care of yourself and have a great rest of your night.